Good afternoon. So today we want to look at buying and selling. So when we buy goods and we sell it, we are going to make profit, and sometimes we make loss. Both profit and loss can be expressed as percentage of the cost price. So profit over cost price multiplied by 100% will give us percentage profit. Loss over cost price multiplied by 100% will give us percentage loss. So if we look at this very well, if we buy an article, that is, we can regard the article, the cost price as being 100%. So what I add on that 100% will make up my profit. So if I want to know the selling price, it's very easy. If I buy an article and I sold it at 10% profit, that means with my money and the profit now, the percentage has increased to 110%. That's what I mean by new percentage multiplied by the cost price will give us the selling price. So we're going to use this formula a lot. Another way is, okay, let's assume that a trader sells an article and make a loss of 5%. The original cost price is 100%, so 5% loss is reduction. That is 100% minus 5, that's 95%. So the new percentage will be 95%. So if you multiply the 95% by the cost price, we are going to know what the selling price of the good is. Okay, let's take some examples. Now, by selling 100 oranges for 5 naira 25 kobo each, the trader makes a profit of this. Okay, the selling price SP 100 times, it's going to be 100 times 5.25, and that's going to give us 525 naira. And the trader makes a profit of 45 naira. So we can know the cost price, because we know that if we want to know the cost price, we just remove our profit from our selling price. Selling price minus our profit will give us cost price. So 525 minus 45. 525 minus 45. You can quickly bring your calculator out. You can do it strategically. This is 45. That is 20 and 25. So if you take away 25 from 525, you have 500. If you take away 20 from it, you're going to have 480. So the cost price is 480 naira. So you are now told that what is going to be the percentage gain or loss if the person sells the same oranges for 4 naira 15 kobo. So 100 oranges, 4 naira 15 kobo, that's each. The 4 naira 15 kobo stand for each. 100 times 4.15. That's the new selling price. The person said the new selling price is this, 415 naira. You see, this is the cost price. And the person has sold it for, instead of selling it at 5 naira 25 kobo, the person has sold each orange for 4 naira 15 kobo. So the person selling price is going to be 415. So you can now know that is a loss, because the selling price is less than the cost price, which is 480. So we can get the percentage loss. So what we are going to calculate is percentage loss. 480, the difference between selling price and the cost price, that is the profit. So 480 minus 415. So 480 minus 400, we are going to have 80. 80 minus 10, we have 70. 70 minus 5, we have 65. So we are going to have 65 over the cost price, 480, multiplied by 100. So our calculator can do justice to this. 65 over 480. $65 divided by 480 multiplied by 100. Multiply by 100, and what do we get? 13.5. 5%. That's 13.5%. So that's that. Let's continue. We are told when a dealer sells a bicycle for 81 naira, he makes a profit of 8%. He makes a profit of 8%. So don't forget, that means our selling price, that formula, is going to be the new percentage times cost price. Because now this question wants me to find what did he pay for the bicycle? That is, what was his cost price? What did he pay for the bicycle? What was his cost price? So when a dealer sells a bicycle for 81 naira, selling price is 81. Now, he makes a profit of 8%. I told you that the initial standard for the cost price is 100. 8% means that it has increased it from 100 to by 8. That is 108%. 100 plus 8, 108 over 100 times what? Cost price. And this is a simple mathematics to handle. If you cross multiply 81 times 100 divided by 108. Let's punch calculator for that. 81 multiplied by 100 divided by 108. So we have 75. 75. So the person paid 75 naira. What did he pay for the bicycle? He bought it, the cost price is 75 naira. So let's go. A man bought a second-hand photocopy machine for 34,000 naira. He serviced it at a cost of 2,000 naira. So don't get confused. The cost price is going to include the service price, the price that you use is putting it in good shape before selling it. So the cost price is going to be 34,000 plus 2,000, 36,000 naira. And then sold it at a profit of 15%. Profit of 16%, that means the new price now, the new percentage is 15 plus 100, 115%. So now, what is the selling price? Very simple. Selling price is going to be the new percentage, 115 over 100 multiplied by 36,000. Yeah, let's our calculator help us with this. 115 times 36,000 divided by 100. 115 times 36,000 divided by 100. So our answer is going to be 41,400 naira. So that was the amount the man sold it. So let's go to ratio, proportion, and rate. When they say ratio, a comparison of two numbers or quantities. When they say rate, a special ratio that compares two quantities measured in different types of units. And when they say proportion, an equation of two equivalent ratios. All of them has relation with ratio. So how do we solve? We normally make a fraction out of ratio. Take note, we make a fraction out of ratio. How? If I say 1:2 now, 1 plus 2 is 3. So I have one fraction to be 1/3 and the other fraction to be 2/3. Please take note of this. I'm going to sum up this and make a denominator. That's how we make fraction from this. So take note. So it's going to be very, very important to us. Another thing is, if they give us a particular fraction or we make a particular fraction and multiply it by total, it's going to give us the amount that that fraction is cutting out of the total. Let's take an example. Now, 3 girls shared a number of apples in the ratio 5:3:2. If the highest share is 40. So if you sum this thing up, 5 plus 3 plus 2. 5 plus 3 plus 2 is 10. So we can make out this fraction. Now, they said if the highest share is 40, good. Highest share is 40. What is the highest number there? 5. The fraction for that highest share, 5 over the total. is 10, 5 over 10, times the total, equals to the highest share they give to us is 40. So if you cross multiply, this one will multiply this 40 times 10, 400. 400 divided by 5, that is 80. I know the total now, so I can calculate anything. They said find the smallest share. Now, I need to find the smallest share is very easy. I already know the total. So what is the smallest number? 2 there. 2. That will be 2 over the total. The total is 10. And now multiply by the total 2 over the total ratio. That's what I mean. 2 over the ratio. The ratio, the fraction of these 2 in this ratio is 2 over 10. Multiply by the total apples. That's 80. So what do we have? We have the smallest share is going to be 16. The smallest share is going to be 16. So take note. Okay, so let's go to the next one. If the number m and q are in the ratio 5, ratio 4, ratio this, find the value of this. Please, whenever they ask you to do this, you know, we normally keep ratio in the simplest form. Let me show you an example. If I have 10, ratio 5, ratio 15 now, we don't keep ratio this way. We divide it by the common term. We divide this by 5, we have 2. Divide this by 5, we have 1. Divide this by 5, we have what? 3. You see? So this is how we are going to keep the ratio. So every ratio is always in the simplest form. So take note. So when we are given this kind of ratio and we are asked to evaluate something like this, we will put k there. We multiply each of them by k, 5k by a constant, 4k, believing that a constant must have been factored out, 3k. Now, this one is our m, this is our n, and this is our what? Q. Now, the question says 2n, 2 times n, 2 times 4k, 8k, minus q. Q is 3k, divided by m. M is 5k. If you do this, 8k minus 3k, that is 5k over 5k. So that is what? 1. So our answer is 1. Okay, let's look at this. A construction company owned by 2 partners, X and Y, and it is agreed that either profit will be divided in the ratio 4:5. At the end of the year, Y receive 50,000 more than X. You can see that the difference between their share is 5,000. So we are going to create a fraction for different in their share. What is the difference between ratio 4 and 5? 4 and 5, that is 1. Then over the total, 9. Over the total ratio, 9. So multiply by total. I don't know the total yet, but they told me that the difference in their share is 5,000. So I created the ratio for the difference. I equate it to the quantity of the difference. So if I cross multiply now, T is going to be what? 45,000. Very, very simple. Let's take the next one. Now, if we have a ratio this way, they give you P, ratio Q separately, and they give you Q, ratio R separately. And they want you to find PQR. You need to know how to merge these two. Now, how do you do it? Let's do it with P ratio Q first. P ratio Q is going to be 2 over 3. Don't forget, ratio means division. So divided by 5 over 6. But because I want to work very fast, I'll turn it to times. When I turn the division to times, it's going to be times 6 over what? 5. Yeah, let's do that. 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So we have 4 ratio 5. 4 ratio 5. Let's do the Q to R. Q ratio R. 3 over 4 ratio 1 over 2. That's divided by 1 over 2. By changing the division to times, 2 over 1. This one cancels this. We have what? 2. That is 3 ratio 2. Now we are going to have 4 ratio 5 and what? 3:2. We want to unite this. So the best thing is to pick this one. We pick 3. I used to multiply both of these. We pick 5. I used to multiply both of these. Okay, let's do that. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 5, 15. Then I use this 5 to multiply these two sides there. 5 times 3, 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 2, 10. Can I see that this part can be united now? So our answer is now going to be our answer is going to be 12 ratio 15 ratio 10. So very simple. Take note of that. So try more problems from the past papers. I wish you best of luck. Thank you.